Hi guys, today I am doing the A Toast to Minor Characters tag. This tag was created by Molly Reeds and I think I saw it on Vanessa's channel from Paper Fairy, so I'm gonna leave both the links to their videos down below. And I just thought this was a really fun tag, which is just about, you know, appreciating minor characters, and let's just get into the kind of questions categories. Whatever. So first is name a minor character that you want to see more of, and for this one I have a lot of choices and many I have talked about so much, but my number one is probably Haymitch from the Hunger Games trilogy. You know how much I love Haymitch. I love him so much. And knowing more about him would just bring us so many more things. It would talk more about the Quarterquell and also other games where he was a mentor, and just kind of how it all evolved after his games. And I just want to see more of him, and I just want to see his thoughts and just his whole development, how he became the person that he is when we get to know him, which I mean kind of is clear, but I just want to see it in detail and from his point of view. Next is name a minor character that you want to be best friends with in real life, and I am choosing... What are you thinking who I'm gonna choose? Well, I am choosing Alucard. I'm just not gonna say anything about this. The third one is name a minor character who bored you, which I actually found really hard because how am I supposed to remember characters that bored me? But one character I could think of was Archer from Fire by Christine Cashore. I'm sure I pronounced that name wrong, but if you've read it, you probably know who I'm talking about. I just didn't have a lot of feelings towards him. I just didn't think that he was anyone special. He was kind of the only character I could come up with in the moment, but there's probably more. But obviously, as I said, if they are boring, how am I supposed to remember them? Next we have name a minor character who annoyed you, and you would know that I actually really want to say Gale for this one because you know how much I hate Gale. But I'm not gonna say Gale. I have thought of someone else, and that is Carmen from Neil on Fire by Lynn Metzen. I mean, this book overall was pretty annoying. I did enjoy it, but Carmen was one of the number one reasons why I didn't enjoy it. She was so annoying, and I just hated her whole attitude, and I just really could have lived without this character and her POV. It was just not great. Next we have a minor character that grew on you, and for this one I'm choosing Morta. Why can I never pronounce his name? He's in a TV show. Morta. From the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, and he is just really someone that grew on me because of the TV show, quite honestly. I've read the books so long ago and I remember liking him as a character, but I just didn't have much feelings towards him because all I cared about were Claire and Jamie, and so I just never really appreciated him. But the TV show really made me appreciate him, and I think just with growing up I just learned to appreciate minor characters more in general, and so I'm really happy that the TV show was able to kind of bring him closer to my heart. I really like him. Next is name a minor character who broke your heart, and for this one I've decided to go with Holland from the Shades of Magic trilogy, and I have to say that he broke my heart just because his story breaks my heart, and because I feel like he's a underappreciated character that needs more love. I don't know, I just feel like there's so much more to him than we got to see so far, and I am pretty certain that we get to see more and that he will put my heart back together, but right now it feels in pieces because of him. I really kind of tried to come up with a character that maybe betrayed someone for this, like someone who I trusted and then who really like broke my heart, but I couldn't think of any. There's probably someone somewhere in there, but I really couldn't come up with anyone. Next is a minor character who made you laugh, and for this one I did not know if I wanted to choose Kenji from Shadow Me or Susanna from the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I feel like both of these characters are great and they're very similar in ways, but they are both so important for these books because they are the comedic relief, and I love both of them. I kind of appreciate Susanna a bit more, but that's probably just because I've read this trilogy so recently and there was also a novella from her point of view. But yeah, both of these are great and very funny. Number 8 is name a character who made you cry, and I feel like the number one character that made me cry is Severus Snape. I always honestly hate saying that in any kind of videos because I just know there's many people out there that don't feel the same, and I get it, and I just don't want to explain myself every time because, yeah, as I said, I get it, but that doesn't change the fact that I really, really love him, and I'm so sick of hearing like shit about him every time. Just because he's my favorite character doesn't mean that I am a bad person. I like him for all of his flaws. I like him for being a dick. And so, yeah, but he definitely made me cry. I was actually really overwhelmed with how much his death made me cry, because I hadn't really realized until that point how much I really loved him as a character. Because I really started appreciating him in the third book and kind of thought there's probably more to him, and I kind of trust you, but also you're just kind of a really interesting villain. And I was always like, okay, whatever happens, I just appreciate him as a character. I don't really care if he ends up being evil or good. And so when he died, I cried, and I was actually like, okay, I never thought that this character meant so much to me. And then when the chapter after that came, I think this was the first time that I really proper sobbed in a book, where there were really just tears streaming down my face. I just couldn't believe it, and it was just so interesting to hear his background story. It's still one of my all-time favorite chapters of any book ever. Then we have Name a Minor Character who surprised you. For this one, I am choosing Celeste. Is that how you pronounce her name? No idea. From the Selection Trilogy by Kiera Cass. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. And honestly, on the one hand, I'm not sure if I like this kind of development in the story, because it's kind of weird, but on the other hand, I find it also really good, and I don't want to go into details because spoilers, but yeah, she surprised me, and she's definitely a very, very interesting character. And finally, we have Name a Minor Character that you're currently reading about that intrigues you. And while filming this, which is several weeks ahead probably, I am reading The Last Star by Rick Yancey, and I actually have to say that there's many characters in this that really intrigue me, because we just get so many. But I think that probably Razor is the one that intrigues me the most, and that I just really want to know more about, and that I really like, but kind of have not yet figured out really. And yeah, I'm just really interested and hoping that we get to see more. That's one aspect that's making me really sad, that these books are so short. I wish we would just get more on all of these minor characters. This was my toast to minor characters. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm going to tag Amy and Laura from Two Paper Girls, because I think it will be really interesting to hear them talk about minor characters. And thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!